like this. And so I was in there working out, and my aerobics instructor, who was also the supervisor of aerobics at that gym, her name is Deanne, she said, "Anita, you're here every day anyway. Why don't you just work here?" And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Why don't you just teach aerobics?" And first of all, I didn't know whether to die laughing or faint. Because first of all, you know, I can teach English, okay, yeah, you know, but sports, I mean, no, that's not me, you know. And if anybody in my family would have known that somebody said that to me, they would have rolled on the floor laughing, like, "Anita, are you kidding me?" You know. And I said, "Well, how hard is it?" She goes, "Well, it's not rocket science." And that's true, it's not. So they had a 40-hour training class. I went through the class, and I graduated from the class. I started going in there and exercising in the fall of 1996. And on my birthday in October of 1997, when I turned 35 years old, I had just graduated from the aerobics training class. I was a normal weight. I had my little certificate. I was teaching aerobics. I had gone from fat to fit in 12 months. And have not ever quit. Teaching aerobics has been the joy of my life. It is the most fun thing I do all day, every day. Sometimes when I say that in my classes, my students say, "Lady, you must not have a life." But it really is. I like punching the button and turning on the music just like I liked it when my aerobics instructor did it. And even though sometimes, you know, you don't want to be at work, right? But as soon as I push play and that music starts, I want to be there from then on. And so anyway, back to the strength training. And so as I was working at that gym, the next year, right after that, they had said, "Oh, we're going to have this big training class, and you've got to go to it, and it's all day on a Saturday, and we're all going to learn barbell weightlifting." Oh, I was like, why? Why would we do that? Well, I don't know if you guys know about this, but these barbell classes, do you have barbell classes here? It's called body pump. These barbell classes were started by a guy that lives in New Zealand, okay? And he started creating classes with the barbell in the aerobics room to music that were every major muscle group in 50 minutes, 5 minutes to set up, 5 minutes to take down, and a 50-minute class. And you got every single muscle group work. And so he created this class, and he created music like a song for squats, and a song for pecs, and a song for back, and a song for biceps, and little breaks in between so that you knew when you were done with that body muscle group. And so there was a little break, and so in the music, and so that's when the teacher says, "Okay, now change your weight to lighter weight, because now we're going to do biceps," or something like that. Well, this class caught on like wildfire, and it started spreading. Now it is in every major nation in the world. This class is taught, and it's one of the most popular classes worldwide. And for a gym to have their class, you actually have to pay a licensing fee and that type of thing. Well, Bally, the gym that I was working at, said, "We're not going to pay them a licensing fee. We'll make our own class." And so they actually took a group of people here in Texas at the University of Texas and got them together and created their own class. And they said, "We're going to teach this in all the valleys across the nation." And so we went to that class all day long. Now, before that class, before I started doing that class, I was thin. I was about 130 pounds, but I was not muscular at all. Okay, I had lost my weight, and I looked nice, and I fit into, you know, decent sizes of clothes. I didn't have to go to the big sizes anymore, you know, or anything, and I was happy. I was happy with that, because my whole goal in life is just to not be fat. You know, I was fat for 34 years. I'm going to be not fat for 34 years or more, however long I live, okay? And so we went to this class, and we learned how to lift the barbell. Well, it's not that hard. barbell weightlifting has not changed since Arnold was in the Olympics, okay? And so learned how to do it. They brought the barbells in, we started teaching it. So I started teaching that class about twice a week. Oh my goodness. My body shape is a pear. How many of you are a pear? Anybody? Okay, so kind of small through here, maybe not even very fat tummy, but right back here. That's where it comes on. Okay, now some people are an apple. Who's an apple? Okay, not good to be an apple because there's a higher incidence of heart disease and that type of thing. So you really have to watch your weight more if you're an apple as far as obesity-related diseases. Anyway, so all of a sudden I'm doing this barbell class, my shoulders start coming out, my hips start going in, and all of a sudden, instead of looking like a triangle, even though I was thin, I was a thin triangle. I was still a triangle. All of a sudden, I started looking more like a rectangle, you know? So my whole body squared up. All of this pulled in, my shoulders came out, and I looked. And then when I went shopping for my clothes, you know how you buy suits that the top and the bottom are the same size? I could never do that. Yeah, no, because I needed the smaller size top than the bottom. So all of a sudden, I can buy matching clothes now. Woohoo! Yay! And the other thing was, I had had headaches for about 10 years because of a car accident that I had and I hurt my neck. But, you know, they had done all the tests and said there's nothing wrong with your neck, you know, but yet I still have headaches all the time. Almost every day I had headaches, didn't I? My husband's sitting over here. 8 to 10 years I had headaches. All of a sudden my headaches just started diminishing. Why? Do you know your head is heavy? Your head is really heavy. Your brain, and there's a lot of water in there, and the skull is the bone structure is just really heavy. And your neck has to support that, okay? And what does your head do all day? You know, all this stuff, you're driving, you're looking back, and you know, you're hitting your kids in the back seat, and you know, all that. Your head's doing, you look down, you're reading, or whatever. A lot of movement that goes on through your neck. I started strengthening everything, all through here. And as soon as I strengthened all of that with the barbell class, my headaches went away. Haven't had them since. And I had those headaches. I had a special pillow that went like this for my neck, to support my neck all night. Couldn't carry my purse on one shoulder. I'd switch it all the time. Switch, switch. You know, oh, my neck's hurting. And then it'd give me a headache right back through here. All of that went away. Besides that, later on, when we started learning about osteoporosis, we figured out, doctors started telling us, that every time the muscle pulls on each end of the bone, it makes the bone say, oh, I've got to be stronger. There's something's pulling on me. So let me go into the body and get some calcium and make myself stronger. And if the bone isn't strong, then we get weak, brittle bones, okay? When you're older, you're going to trip and fall, you're going to break a hip, you may be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life because it may never heal, okay? And also, you start getting shorter. And guess what I just learned the other day? On TV, just a couple days ago, they said that one of the major causes of hearing loss is osteoporosis because the bones in your ear are very small bones. And so those bones start deteriorating. And so we do not want osteoporosis, do we? So when your bone says, okay, I need to go get calcium out of the body and make myself stronger. If there's no calcium there, what happens? You can't do it. So you got to get your calcium in. Okay, and I have a whole osteoporosis story that I'm not going to get to, but I want you guys to be sure and give me your email because I do have sessions online that I do, and you can get the recordings or you can listen to them live.